Peace. Welcome back, gods and goddesses. You know this story too. The story from my second journey, from looking for my creator. And what this story is about, it's about the school system. It's about the English language. Yeah, it fucked my head up when I found this out. Everything is being unveiled now, so let's get this shit started. I love you all. As I'm searching, I get sidetracked from looking from the creator, right? I see somebody talking about the school system. So I had to see what they was talking about. Now this is what I found out. The question is, why was the school system invented? To learn, right? Who invented the school system? From my research, a man named Horace Mann. He was born in 1796 in Franklin, Massachusetts. He is to believe to have invented the school systems that we all have today. He was a college professor teaching Latin and Greek. He also was a college president. The question is, why does school even exist? The answer to that, the teachers say, it is for reasons bigger than ourselves. To develop our community, to break generational poverty, to develop mutual respect and thinking and reasoning skills, to help students grow and to transform into criminals. To transfer their thinking and knowledge and their ability into something greater. Now let's take a look at the children today. As I speak, I know they had good intentions, right? That's what it seemed like. But it seemed like this is a whole lie to me. Now let's see what they start off teaching when you first start school. Spelling words. And you always have to take a test every week. And then you have to stand next to your classmates and compete. I'm here to tell you, the spelling word language is a curse that you place upon yourself. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. The system is set up for failure for our community and our children. But I'm here today. I'm taking my stand. And I'm telling you, I am taking my birthrights back that they took from me with this system that got set up to be today. This system that they say that they helping you, but helping to keep you down. Wow. What these motherfucker peoples would do. They would lie, steal, and kill just to rule over you. Now these curse words, these spelling words, my family and my friends, that is what they teach you in the beginning in those schools. I'm lost for words because as I'm finding this out, my whole motherfucking life, just like I said, was a lie. So now that I'm finding this out about this school, now I'm researching about this English language. Now I'm going to tell you what I found out and what it do. Now I'm researching the English language, still wondering about my creator. This shit is crazy. Well, my research has brought me to a Dr. Yafa Bey. His bio is called The Spell That Has Cursed My People. And my family and my friends, when I tell you this right here, it's gonna knock your motherfucking socks off. This is just the beginning of my journey. And this is the shit that I am finding out. Well, this is his words. These are not my words. There's a problem that is spreading all over the world. The problem is what you read, write, and speak. In other words, our problem is English. English is a result of word expansion, contraction, and modifications from every other dialect and language in the world. I call it a bunch of crap that was thrown against the wall, and whatever stuck came to be known as the English language. Inspect and recognize what I'm about to show you. When you call someone nice, is that a good thing? If a boy is called bad, does that make him tough? Is fun equal to a wonderful time? Does being fond of a person mean that you like them? If one is sad, does that mean that one are depressed? To each of these, I say absolutely not. I was never taught in a school that if I wanted to know the real meaning of a word, I must find the brackets or square parentheses like these. It's 2 brackets. And read every single thing inside. Now that you know what to look for in the dictionary, words above are listed below as the following. The definition for nice is stupid, foolish, ignorant, unwise, and not knowing. The definition for bad is an infinite or a womanish man. The definition for fun is to be fooled, fund. The definition for fund is to be foolish, be a fool. The definition for sad is to be satisfied, to be full, have had enough. So when you open your mouth, what are you really saying? What frequency are you vibrating onto? The swirly ethers, our oppressor speaks with forked tongue. The Nazi, German, Jewish, Christian, European alliance of Australia's Holy Roman Empire, also known as the German Confederation, decided in Virginia whether the language to force upon the conquered, that's us, people on America would be German or a new Caucasian, called English. English was chosen. As a result, the opposition is still ruling this world today. And the English is probably one of the primary reasons why this is due to the fact that we are currently speaking their language. Then we speak with forked tongue too. There is magic and power in speech. The darker ones, or the ones with more melanin, they have more magic and power in their speech. We get what we ask for. Ask and ye shall receive. It is said that in the beginning was the Word. Since English was not our word and is not our word, then it is the official beginning of our end. My people speak English but do not know English. We rarely know the real meaning of the words we utter. It is the lack of knowledge that destroys my people, because English is a spell that causes us to curse ourselves and empower our oppressors. English, which is Inigo, is their words, not ours. To modify the spell, there are keys that must first be known about the term spell. Spell is the same as spallion, and it means to be substitute for spell. Also means a tale and a magic form of words. A tale is a fib, falsehood, and speech. These definitions all came from the Random House College Dictionary, the 1973 edition. Okay, now the 1956 edition of the Columbia Encyclopedia that has very revealing information and data on the word spell. The word spell, it defines as a word formula. It further states that once a spell has been cast, it remains in force until broken by a counterspell or an exorcism. The term exorcism is the key that opened the door to the way out. It is a counterspell. Before I clarify the word exorcism, I must first show you how deep this spell goes. The spell begins immediately upon arrival to this planet. Depending on your perspective, that might mean that the moment you were conceived, once a child is out of the womb and walking, one of the first words the child learns is no. No is a name of a god that they call the Forgotten Ones. Now we are going into the Magician Dictionaries by E.E. Raymond. It reveals that no is the name of quiet erasing and saying it erases the name of the utterer. That's why we don't remember who the fuck we are, right? Okay. The spell continues in kindergarten. When we learn the alphabet, most people are unaware that each letter is a complete word. Color, number, frequency, tone, vibration, entity, and sound. The spell is complete by the time we master the vowels A-E-I-O-U in the first grade. Wow. These vowels are arranged to form a very powerful spell. Now that is the motto of Emperor Frederick Habsburg family. Their key strategy was to marry into power. This particular word formula is counterproductive to my people. In Latin, it reads Australia, EST, Emperors Orbi Universo. Now, that means it is Australia's destinies to rule the world. The whole world is subject to Australia. This can be verified in Amos, Amat, and more by Eugene Ehrlich. Remember again that once the spell has been cast, it remains in force until it is broken by a counterspell or an exorcism. Now the word exorcism is the most profound thing that I have figured out. So get your dictionaries and pay attention. Look into the brackets. Okay, you're going to need the Random House College Dictionary. Now, the dictionary defines exorcism as the administration of an oath, and it directs the reader to see exercise. Exercise is ex horkizine. Now, horkizine means to cause someone to swear or bind oneself to an oath. So the ex horkizine is to ex-swear or unbind oneself from an oath. Now, the oath means for more than most people realize. Now, oath is defined in the same dictionary as an irreverent or blasphemy, use of the name of God or anything sacred. Blasphemy means profane speech. Profane is profane. Fane means church or temple. So to speak pro-church or pro-temple is blasphemy. Surprise, we have been had. We must stop blabbing about and glorifying churches and temples. Now with the other word, an oath, we get to the real deal. The last key to get up out of this mess that we are in. Now the word I reverent is atraverent, and it means not reverent. Reverent is basically revert plus ENT, REVER plus ENT, reverent and reverse. Okay, we need to do a reversation. Verse means left and turn. We must go back. To revert is to turn back, especially to the former thought, habit, and practice of those were prime first. This will revert things back to the former owners and their prosperity. Now, which is us? Reversion is defined as the reappearance of ancestral characters that have been absent in intervened generations. It also means the returning of an estate to the grantor of her seeds. After the interest granted expires, we must go left and turn back to our ancestors' characters. Now, characters is defined as traits, statutes, and being in accord with one's nature and disposition. More importantly, character is a significant visual mark or symbol, a letter of the alphabet, a symbol used in a writing system, a style of writing, a letter of series and ones and zeros. And it is also representing positive and negative impulses in a computer to portray, engrave, or inscribe. Also a graving tool and its mark. This is the key because we are currently using the mark of those who oppress and oppose us. The definition for Satan means opponent, enemy, and adversary. Since the word Satan means the beast, then we are currently using the mark of the beast. The beast is not our feline. Realize that the style of the writing used by our ancestors is in reverse of today's English style. The enemy has us writing right-handed in scores of lines from top to the left corner of a page to the right and down. Our ancestors wrote in swirls from the right to the left or from the bottom right corner of the page to the left and up. Prior to that, they wrote in picture images and read it all as one view. Returning to the style of writing the symbols used by our ancestors, it is a simple way to exercise the brain and exercise the spell to free your mind. This lefty takes the reprogramming of the computer inside your skull by creating or closing the bridge between the two hemispheres of your brain using your left hand or your non-dominant one to write in reverse will rewire and refire the electrical impulses currents in your brain. The bridging of the gap opens the portals and doorways that we need so our ancestors can reconnect and get a swifter response, and you will feel the energy. They are always calling to us, but too many of us are tuned into the oppressor's stupid God, church, and temple channels or irreverence, blasphemy, and distraction of one's individuals linked to the ancient ones. Once you start exercising your brain, you will exercise and counter the spell enough to let our ancestors blow your mind portal wide open and pour in data and unify the forgotten pieces of your essence in motion. It is all still there up inside of you and in the swirling ethers they all around you. The opponent knows how brilliant and magnificent your ancestors are. and were and still are. After all, many of the ancestors' records are burned and others are kept for the opposition to decode, since you are accumulations of every single ancestor that preceded you, and then some, then you are they, and they are one. In other words, you are them. Even though my people do not seem to know how marvelous, magnificent we are, one must understand, overstand, and comprehend that your oppressing opponents and those that work to empower them most certainly do. We have been asleep and dormant too long. We must levitate and become quickened to modify everything now. We manufactured this mess. We must level it out. Be level and calm. Now this is by Dr. Yafa Bey. Powerful speech, nothing but knowledge, Thank me later, okay? Much love from me to you. You already know my motto. Love, peace, and stay away from the motherfucking chicken grease. New story will be coming.